Hello. This is my review for Bone Lake. Bone Lake, I have to say, it's one of my favorite horror movies of the year. One of my favorite movies of the year, period. Forget horror, just a great movie. Um, this movie is not something that frustrates me. What frustrates me is the fact that there's not too many showtimes. And I find a lot of these smaller movies that's not really promoted, they don't give them a long enough runtime. Like, I look at the dates because I want to go see it one more time in the theaters. I might even go see it today just because the theaters are starting to get packed a little bit because I think word of mouth is happening. And I look for next week and I'm not seeing showtimes. I'm like, it just came out. Can you give it give it a little bit more time, or don't spread the showtime so thin. Don't give it like, oh, here at 9 o'clock and then 11 o'clock. Give it some 3 and 4s, like. So I want to spread the word on this. If you want to go see a horror movie that's very thrilling, you're gonna get this horror movie it's a full appetite. It's a full meal. So you're gonna get slashing, you're gonna get horror elements, you're gonna get psychological thriller, you're gonna get comedy, you're gonna get sexiness from romance from, it's a horror movie. There's so much stuff in this movie that makes it just a perfect horror movie. You get the perfect balance of everything pretty much to me. And right off the bat, this movie kind of shows you something. This is what I would say. It shows you something. There's enough gore, there's stuff in here. And it's practical. I'm sure it's practical because some of the stuff that I've seen, I was like, wow, it looks pretty good. And what I will say is this movie is about two couples who, they meet together. You heard the story before. They meet together at an Airbnb. Someone got them overbooked. From there, you could probably say, okay, it's going to be like, oh, something we've seen already. But the way they tell the story is so good. Like, it keeps you on the edge of the seat. At least it kept me on the edge of the seat. And here's the thing. I didn't watch any trailers, so I don't know if the trailers completely ruined this movie for people. I don't know. I'm going to watch the trailer after I post my review. That's normally how I do it. But it's just like the way my mind's thinking about this movie right now. It's just like, this movie is riveting. I don't even use that word. This movie is riveting. Like, it's a psychological thriller about two couples coming together, and it's really all about vulnerability and trust between people in relationships or just people in general. And it's like, I like it because it plays with the fact that if you tell someone the wrong thing at the right time, what can happen? And that idea is just so perfect to me. You can make a million movies about the idea, but if you do it right, and they did it very good with this. Like, yeah. It's basically almost like a cat and mouse, and you can kind of see where the sadistic nature of it comes from within the couples, and who trusts who and how it goes. And then of course at the end it goes crazy. And when I say at the end it goes crazy, I mean at the end, that's when they pretty much give you what you want. They give you the gore, they give you the slasher, they give you the horror elements. They kind of pepper in throughout the whole film, but it's more of a psychological thriller because you're trying to figure out, the couples are trying to figure out what's happening, who to trust, why is. And the dialogue is so smart because there's moments in this film where characters do things and you're like appalled and like, oh my God, like what would I do in that situation? And those are not only the best films because it puts you in a situation where you're thinking like, dang, like if me and my partner was on a date, like, and we went on vacation for 5 days, what would we do? Would you leave? And then you say, yeah, I would leave. Okay. And then what if what the other people do or what they say is like, oh, okay, that actually sounds like a good idea. I might as well do that. Might as well stay a little bit, And then like, how much do you really trust your partner? You know what I mean? Like, someone could just walk on the street. Like, sometimes they do those people who walk on the street and do like interviews. They could just say, hey, da 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 da, and ask someone, and then they might say something that the partner might be like, oh, well, I didn't know about that. So like, it's really about trust. And also vulnerability and how vulnerable people are when they're in an emotional state, and how you can really play on people's fears and people's lust and things like that and the situation. And it's great because it makes you and it only shows you what you need to see. Sometimes it leaves your mind wandering, like, oh, I wonder what happened. And then when stuff is revealed, it's very rewarding because like they show you stuff right up into this film knows how to do foreplay really well. It knows how to make you want something, and then it knows how to give you a little bit of tension, and then when it's ready for the climax, it knows how to get there. And towards the end of the film, it really goes in a kind of a hectic way, but I was with the ride because the film brought me all the way to the edge. So I would say definitely check it out if you want. I thought it was very thrilling, and I just like, I wish my theater was more packed. I really did. I'm happy that I'm looking at some of the show times today because it looks like pretty packed today, but I think it's because it's really like people probably looking like during the weekend like, how come these are the only showings today? Like, so hopefully they this is in theater for at least more than a week. Come on, like give it like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Give it a month of just give it some 3 p.m., 4 p.m. show times. Come on, man. But I really, this whole movie, I was smiling like, and I was like biting my teeth, biting my fingernails. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then the people in my theater, wasn't too much people, but the people in my theater, when stuff happened, there were reactions because it just knows how to play with. It knows how to make you be in that couple's. It knows how to make you be in that couple's footsteps or whatever. It knows how to make you be where they were. And when it does that, it's very thought provoking, is what I'll say. It's very thought provoking, and it makes you feel like, okay, I don't know. It just makes you feel like, it makes you question everything. It makes you really question everything, and some of the reveals are very good. I don't want to give anything away, but like I said, I'm very curious about the trailer. I'm gonna check it out and see. Hopefully, it didn't ruin too much, but some of the reveals are very good because they kind of implant little ideas throughout the movie to make you think, okay, maybe this happened, maybe this didn't happen. And then you also think about you. You think about you. You think about if you were in that position. Hey, would I do that with her? Or you would be like, hey, would I be trustworthy? Or you'd be like, you know, and then they give revelations about some of these people's relationships, you know, like that stuff that might happen in the past, which might kind of make which might kind of blur the line between lies and truth because of their situations almost a little bit rocky already. So it's interesting. You don't really know who to trust for a good amount of this film, and then the cat and mouse at the end is pretty good as far as like, you know, once the actual nature of what's going on is revealed, and then the kills start coming and the blood is there, and like I said, there's definitely practical effects. And what I would say is, there was no moment, and here's the thing, the tone of this film is, it's like, it's serious, but it's not afraid to have fun with itself. But it's mainly I would say it does take itself a bit serious, not too serious though. It's like, I wouldn't even call it a comedy, but there are some elements that really, really kind of speaks to you as far as like, it makes you kind of smile when you're not really supposed to smile, or you're not really supposed to want something, and it makes you want something. Like I said, it really plays on emotion, and I think like just like I would say the sinful nature of things, you know, sometimes, or the forbidden fruit, things you're not really supposed to do, or taboo things. And I think this movie really, it kind of like massaged my brain a little bit because it was like, it was giving me things I haven't seen in a horror movie in a really long time, or just in a movie in a while. It's titillating. It makes you feel like I don't know, like I was just, like I said, it was riveting. Like the way these characters, like you kind of want, you want these characters to survive this, and then you also want the relationship to survive this, and you don't know if it's gonna, you know what I mean? And I think it works with the chemistry and the people they got to play these characters, and the actors are really great. I got one last thing I'll say: the actors, the people who play the I'm not giving anything away, but the people who play on both sides, the couples, they are very good, very great actors and actresses, and when they're asked to be mysterious, they're doing it. When they're asked to be crazy, they go there, and they're not afraid to go there. And when they want to go, you know, like bonkers, like at the end when it's kind of going haywire, they do it. And I think that it just gives you everything you need. And honestly, if I had to do this out of 5 stars, I'd give this a straight 4 out of 5, like a solid 4 out of 5. Like really enjoyable film. Like I said, just towards the end when it got so crazy, like I was enjoying it, but like I don't know. I think that would have been, I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to find some. I don't want to try to find something bad to find about this film. But I feel like my experience, my enjoyment level was a straight 4 out of 5 with this. I would really enjoy this film, and I just hope more people see it. If you've seen this movie, if you find this review and you check it out, man, go to the theaters, check the show times and see how long it's gonna be in theater. And I really feel like, obviously everyone's opinion is different, but if you want to go to a film and you want to feel like various emotions, you want to feel thrilled, you want to laugh a little bit, you want to scream a little bit, you want to look at some kills and go like, oh my god, you want to do all those type of things, this movie gives it to you, you know. And if you want to feel like you're in someone else's shoes, you know, like really a film that does that is great. Like Captain America Civil War, like the reason people love that film is because it makes you be either in Tony or Cap's shoes. Like you think about different points of view, you know what I mean? So this makes you put yourself in these point of views of like, oh man, would I trust my partner? Like, and then when the horror stuff goes down, it's like, oh, what would I do to survive? And how am I gonna get out of this? So I recommend it. Bone Lake, check it out if you want. That's all I'm gonna say. Take care. It's Dejour, know the name. Spread love and light, and go see Bone Lake, and swim to go see.